I'm looking forward to it. AEW Double or Nothing tickets on sale now. AEWTIX.com, or of course you can get it anywhere you enjoy pay per view, including now Triller TV. I know there's some folks who maybe didn't love the interface of Bleacher Report. I can tell you the Triller TV interface is a home run. That's what JR and I use every chance we get. I would recommend you try it as well to enjoy AEW Dynamite or AEW Double or Nothing. If you can't make it to Las Vegas, Triller TV has you covered.
I think I'm a stockholder.
Yeah, I think you are too.
Yeah, so I thought early on that the concept had life.
Yes.
And we're seeing that to be true.
Something else that's true is that 2009 was a bit of a sleeper year for WWE as far as in-ring talent goes. As a reminder, we start a pay-per-view with Umaga, CM Punk. That's a barn burner then, now, forever. Then we see Jack Swagger and Christian tear it up. I thought that was a pretty good match. And now here's John Morrison and Shelton Benjamin. Quietly, they're putting together a heck of a little pay-per-view here. This is a fun match and sort of a forgotten match, but they get 3.25 stars here. And Morrison is going to get the win. I know we all know how spectacular of an athlete both of these guys are. And you see the third man in the ring there is Charles Robinson. If you give these guys time, and they had a little bit more than they would on TV here, they go 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Man, they can work a hell of a match and have some spectacles that you probably wouldn't see otherwise. Just naturally gifted athletes. What'd you think of John Morrison and Shelton Benjamin?
I love those two guys. They're just they work hard. They're skilled. They're athletic. They don't take shortcuts. I think Morrison just re-upped with AEW, didn't he? Did he not?
That's great news.
I think he did. I thought I saw that on TV. Anyway, two good kids. Never a problem. Reliable. A key word again, reliability. So I could watch those guys wrestle all day.
I mean, they don't have to have the best story on TV. And I think just it was based on their positioning in the company. Maybe the company didn't have a lot of faith or confidence in their stories or characters, but to give them 10 minutes on the pay-per-view like this, like they're going to be able to go have a great match. And they did. Kind of a forgotten great WWE pay-per-view match here. I've always kind of been shocked, with we always have these conversations, and whenever you and I do a Q&A, you'll get questions like, why didn't so-and-so become a bigger star? And I know that, timing is everything, but in an alternate universe, I really could have seen Shelton Benjamin being one of, if not the tippy top guy for a promotion. Like,
yeah, I could too.
I hope that, if this Swerve Strickland run continues, wouldn't it be cool to see Shelton and Swerve hook it up on a big show somewhere? That'd be awesome.
It'd be a dandy. It'd be a good, that's good booking. That's a great TV match.
Yes.
Great TV. That's a Dynamite or a Collision match.
Yes.
Without question. So, but Conrad, I sung the praises of Shelton for a long time. We talked about that all-star cast that we were able to recruit to go to OVW, and the Cena, Batista, Lesnar, Orton, and Shelton. Well, there's no mystery who the best athlete of those 4 names or 5 names where it was I mentioned. Sheldon was by far and away the best athlete of that group, and that group had WrestleMania main eventers dotted throughout. So Sheldon had the same issues, Conrad, that John Morrison has had in his career. Getting as good at the verbal aspect of the game as he was physically. I'll never forget that time that Shawn Michaels super kicked Shelton out of midair on a TV match they had. It's nothing short of breathtaking what those guys could do and what they were willing to try to do. Because once you get up in the air and you got your face stuck out there, get somebody hit it. That takes a set of balls. That's one of the best moves I've seen in years between Sheldon and Shawn. 2 amazing athletes. That's where it starts. Sometimes, well, how do you define all this stuff? Well, it starts with athleticism. You can't have 2 left feet.
Right.
You can't be stumbling over each other. And, but that was the issue there, that while either of those guys didn't make it to the very top of the mountain, I believe, I might be wrong, that their verbal skills didn't hold up for them.
The Miz is going to come out and do some of the better mic work of his career, and he's going to be constantly running down John Cena, and he's going to acknowledge Morrison, calling him the Marty Jannetty of the pair. And there's not a big crowd reaction. Maybe it's a little too inside, but it's working for me as a fan at home. And then he starts to get the local crowd into it, because he talks about the Chicago Cubs never winning a World Series. And he points to a Chicago Cub in the front row. And that guy just happens to be a big John Cena fan, of course. And he does the "you can't see me" every time he hits a home run. And Miz says to him, "You can't see a World Series as long as you play for the Cubs." He's challenging him to get in the ring. And he explains that since he's a Cena fan and didn't get in the ring, that means I'm 4-0 against Cena. Listen, if we're trying to get heat on Miz, we're doing a little cheap heat, but it's working. Eventually, Santino Marella comes out. What do you think of these television type moments, but inside of a pay-per-view?
Didn't bother me.
Okay.
No, it didn't bother me. Thought it was fine. You got to get guys exposure in ways that they can be magnified. And I think, Miz is a great talker. Miz is a great heel. And he's just getting better and better all the time. I think there was a time when a lot of people, a lot of old timers, especially on the inside of the business, thought that Miz was playing the role of a pro wrestler and didn't really feel it. Well, I don't feel that way. I don't think I ever felt that way totally, but I certainly don't feel that way now, because Miz's work is outstanding. So, but he's evolved. He's one of those homegrown guys that's evolved. He's like a Darby Allin or somebody that's homegrown, and you see develop before your eyes. And that's what every company's trying to strive to achieve.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what AdFreeShows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? AdFree Shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that AdFreeShows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. AdFreeShows.com.